So after your music career started to fade, I saw in an interview you were saying that
No, my music career never faded. Let's get that straight. My music career transitioned. I left the United States and I'm more popular
right.
overseas than I am in
Yeah,
America.
you're right. But you know, overseas, a lot of times they appreciate hip hop a lot more than even the US does. I've heard a lot of artists talk about that, about like in Europe, like real hip hop fans, like on another level.
Yeah. It's a whole different mindset on the other side of the world than it is here in America. You see what I'm saying? So when you understand that, it's sad, but it's all politics. It's all politics. You dig what I'm saying? They have agendas, and you know, if you're in the way of their agenda, then they have to move you out of the way. So if you got an agenda to promote crack and to flood the black community with crack and, you know, having people victimized by this substance, then you got an artist who's coming out with this mindset that can, you know, make people question their behavior or reflect on the things that they indulge in. They don't want, that's a threat to our agenda. So we got to do everything to make that brother take a seat. And I really truly believe that's some of the factors behind my story.
So at one point, right, you shifted away from the music and you ended up doing some time.
Right.
Right. I saw you talk about that in the interview. What led up to that point in your life where that transpired?
Well, reality was always there. Funds was always an issue. Getting ahead, paying bills, maintaining my lifestyle and things of that nature. You know, I had never seen any residuals coming in from the work I was doing with Tuff City. And, you know, I still had to maintain my livelihood. And by that time I had a child. I was, you know, living with my baby's mother. You know, I was a man now and I had responsibilities. And, you know, the dream wasn't being fulfilled quick enough for me as a young guy. I signed to Tuff City Records when I was 15 years old. So,
wow, I didn't realize that it was that you were that young.
Yes. I was 15 years old, 16 years old when I signed to the record label. And, but before that, I had signed to a Paxton Records. I was signed to a Paxton Records before Tuff City Records. And, that's when I used to have the group, the Undefeated Three, which I created with me, T. LaRock, and us created that group. But anyway, yeah, Tuff City Records, I was 15 when I got there, and that was a whole nother experience for me growing up as a youth right there. Yeah.
So how long did you end up going away for?
I did 2.5 to 5 for a robbery. I had committed a robbery. I had got caught, and you know, shit had caught up to me, and it was a reality that I had to face. That, hey man, you're gonna be gone for the next couple of years. So, you know, I gave my mom's a call from the court, told her, hey mom, I'm going away. Excuse me. You know, I'm gonna be all right. Don't worry about me. Just take care of yourself. I'll be gone for a couple of years. And you know, that's pretty much how I began my bid. I just accepted it. I'm gonna be gone for the next 2.5 to 5. I got caught, found guilty. It is what it is. So I pretty much started preparing my mind to just, you know, be incarcerated for the next few years.
How many years did you end up doing out of that 2.5 to 5?
Well, I did the 2.5 to 5, and I was going to the parole board. And I had people writing all over from France, Europe, Germany, Africa, you know, people who was corresponding with me while I was doing my time of incarceration. They would correspond with me and, you know, they knew that my date was coming up. So they flooded the parole board. You know, they wrote letters and Aaron wrote letters. And, you know, I was an artist. I was established. I had Tuff City Records support and back. So I did my 2.5 to 5 and they let me come on.
And the reason why I wanted to bring this up was because I know that experience for you changed you. It had to, right? What kind
Surely.
of what kind of um what kind of experience was that like for you, like as far as growth wise? Like what did you use your time to do during that time?
You know, they asked me this question before, and the answer that I'm gonna give you may sound way out there to you, but for me, my time of incarceration was probably one of the most growing experiences and times of my life. I mean, I'm not gonna say I had a great time being incarcerated, but I will say that I had a great educational time of reading and studying and opening up my mind and meeting brothers and learning other things that I had never known. And that was the most time, that was the most time of probably the most fulfilling part of being educated was when I was incarcerated, because I've acquired so much on different aspects of life that, I would have never uh, had those experiences in the streets with freedom. I had to be locked down, shut down, sit down to grasp what I know today.
And see, this is exactly why I wanted to bring that up to you, because I know for a fact that you had to have found yourself when you were in that cell, right?
Correct.
Because your whole life was filled with so much trauma and things going on. And in New York, you're moving fast.
Yes.
You know, that's the lifestyle. It's
Correct.
like go, 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 right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
didn't have any time to really sit down to figure out you and to
Right.
deal with you. And
Correct.
you were always worrying about other things with your mom, your brother, all these other responsibilities, these other things that you had to do. So I think that that's a beautiful message, that in a place where you didn't have physical freedom, you found freedom in your mind,
Surely.
mentally, and you were able to explore things in a way that you hadn't before.
Correct. Boy, I need you. I need you as an evaluist, because you do. It's like after I say it, you just simplify it and break it down in a whole nother simpler terminology, and it just makes it more clear to understand.
Yeah.
I commend you for that, though, Panda. That's a great trait to have, man. I salute you on that, man, because I can sense your sincerity and your analyzation of how you not just doing an interview, but you're trying to understand as well. And so I appreciate you for that, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I definitely always come from a genuine place. That's, to me, the interview is not just about, I mean, yeah, we're going to have it online and, but it's more about being able to connect with people.
Right.
Like I always view everybody as from one human being to another, no matter our background. I feel like I could always learn something from somebody, and it means a lot to me to be able to connect with someone else on a deeper level. That's why I love having these conversations.